Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Monday night Bowdabra Live. I'm Sandy Sandler, the creator of the Bowdabra, and tonight I'm going to show you how to make a wreath bow, a door swag, a lantern swag, and some fun other projects. So I'm going to get started. Thank you so much for joining me. So I'm going to start by going to our overhead camera, and I'm going to take some of my Bowdabra bow wire, and we're going to make a big wreath bow right now. So I'm just going to take my Bowdabra bow wire and I want to cut it long enough so that I could tie it onto a wreath, even though I'm not going to right now. I'm just going to show you how to make this wreath bow. And I'm going to take I've already dovetailed the ends. So you can see this here. And fold that in half, find the center. I'm just going to lay this down into my Bowdabra, and I'll just put the tails going this way. And then I'm going to take this piece here and just lay this down. So I love these fall colors. So this will be a fall wreath bow. And now I'm going to just take my ribbon. Let's look at which is the right side. This is the right side. And I'm going to fold and twist it. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for commenting and watching. I'm going to twist it and I'm going to fold and twist. And I'm just going to make sure that my loops are about the same size, and they are. And all I'm doing here is just folding and twisting. And we're just folding and twist. And this is how we make, so we want the wrong side or the ugly side of the ribbon to be on the inside. The sound will be, I don't know why I'm getting, okay. I'm so sorry, everybody. Okay, so now I'm going to scrunch this down here. Let me know if you can hear now. Okay, check my audio. So I'm going to check the audio here. Sorry, everybody. Um, Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. It says my audio is working. So I'm just going to keep going and hopefully you guys can hear me now. Joette, can you let me know if you can hear? Okay, good. Sorry about that, but that's what happens when you do a live because you never know. And we're just going to pull this apart and pull that and bring these here, bring this here, and bring this up to the center and bring my tails down, bring these tails down here. And I'm just going to shape out my loops and we'll come over here to the front camera and you can see how pretty this wreath bow comes out. See if I can bring that over here. So it's super simple to make. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this wreath bow aside and I'm going to take some of my Bowdabra bow wire and we're going to make a lantern swag. So I'm just going to fold it in half. I need to make it long enough that I can tie it onto my lantern. So this is going to be a mini lantern swag. And I'm just going to tuck the ends underneath. Then what I'm going to do is take my mesh and I'm just going to scrunch the mesh into the Bowdabra and I'm just going to bring this over here, bring this back over here. So it's going to kind of like form out. And then what I'm going to do is take my Halloween, it's my orange and black ribbon. We're just going to fold this back and forth. Thank you, Jeanine. Thank you, Wanda. Sorry about that. Every once in a while, things go wrong when we're on a live, and all I can do is try to fix it. And so we're just going to fold this back over here, fold and twist, fold and twist, and just leave that there. And then I have our twinkly ribbon, and we're just going to fold this back and forth and fold it back and forth. And bring this back over here and just twist. So let me know where you're watching from. And oh, hi, we have Ophelia from Alabama. Thank you, Ophelia. And now I'm going to take this is just a little ornament that I have. I'm just going to lay this down into the center and take my wand and give everything a good scrunch. Now I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire and bring this up. And I'm actually going to pull this through here so it doesn't, and whoops. Okay, I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to put this through my slip knot and pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra. I pull it out, separate my ends, bring it around to the back, and tie a knot. And then what I'm going to do is bring it back up to the front, and I'm going to put this through my little ornament that I have here. So this is one way to kind of cheat your way around it. Bring this back around to the back, and I'm going to just tie everything off. And don't forget to check out bowdabra.com where we have all kinds of beautiful ribbons. And we have, check out our mega kits because the value on the mega kits is really tremendous. So now I'm just going to take this tie it onto my lantern. Whoops, I'm not having a lot of luck today with what I'm doing. So here we go. Tie this onto the lantern, and I'm just going to twist it a little bit. And now I'm going to knot it and cut my ends. And you have a really pretty lantern swag. You see how easy and simple that was to make. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to use some of your scraps of ribbon that you have laying around. So again, I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, going to fold it in half, lay this down into my Bowdabra. I'm going to tuck the ends underneath and just put them out of the way. We'll go back over to the overhead camera. And again, don't forget to check out our Bowdabra blog. So I'm just going to make, this is just going to be a long tail. So this one, I'm going to do a funky bow. So I'm just going to twist it, fold it back over. Do the same thing here. I think this is the same on both. Nope, that's the right side. So I'm going to tote this here, have the right side going down, twist it, bring it back. And this is a great way to use, these funky bows are a great way to use your scraps of ribbon. So I'm going to now take this piece here, twist it, fold it back over, take this piece here, twist it, fold it back over. So this is such a simple, simple bow to make. Twist it, fold it back over. And then I have a flower I'm going to put in the center. Take my wand. I'm going to give everything a good scrunch. And bring this back up here. Pull it through my slip knot. Pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra. And I always pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra, so when I pull it out, I'm not flailing with it. And we're going to just tie a knot. And tie another knot. And now we're just going to shape it by bringing everything down. Take my loops, and the loops up, bring my tails down. Tails, bring this loop over here, this tail here. So we kind of mixed where we put the tails and the loops, and you can see it's really a very pretty, super, super simple to make bow. So don't forget to double check our website for, we have literally thousands of projects on our Bowdabra.com website under our tutorials. So definitely get all kinds of ideas on what you can make with your Bowdabra. Now what I'm going to do is, as promised, I'm going to make a door swag. So I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, cut a piece, fold it in half, lay it down into my Bowdabra, and tuck the end underneath. Now what I'm going to do is take my mesh and I'm just going to roll my mesh over a little bit and scrunch it down into the Bowdabra. So all I'm doing, and this is what we call a scrunchy style bow. And it's a great, great way to have a big, um, like background in your bow. So now I'm going to take this here and bring this one. Now I said this could be a door swag, but it could also be a centerpiece. I'm just going to lay these picks down in here. And I'm going to lay this pick going this way. And I have another pick going this way here. And I'll take our leaf ribbon and we're just going to fold. So all we're doing here, let me get the ribbon there. All we're doing is folding and twisting. So I'm just going to fold and twist and fold and twist. So let me know how many of you have used mesh in your Bowdabra. And you have the mini Bowdabra or the big Bowdabra? Or are you new to Bowdabra? If you're new to us, please definitely put it in the comments that you're new to Bowdabra. And now I'm going to just fold this back over. And I have these flowers here. I'm just going to lay this down in here. Take this one, lay it down into my Bowdabra. And I'm going to hold that down there. Grab my wires, bring them up, bring it through my slip knot, pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra. Pull it out. Oh, Ophelia is new. Thank you for watching, Ophelia. And I'm just going to pull this here, and we're going to tie a knot and tie another knot. And we'll just shape this out. And bring our loops around here. And you have a really pretty either door swag or it could be a beautiful fall centerpiece. So it's super, super simple to make. And you can see this would make a gorgeous door swag or it makes a really pretty fall centerpiece. So now I'm going to take this and put it aside. And I'm going to grab my mini Bowdabra and we're going to make a spiky hair bow. So I'm just going to take my wire and I just want enough wire that I can lay it down into my Bowdabra or mini Bowdabra and tuck the ends underneath. So the next thing that I'm going to do, thank you, Jeannie, is I'm going to take our fun Halloween ribbon. It's a not wired grosgrain. And all we've done is cut these pieces so that they're all the same length with a mix and match of different Halloween ribbons. So this makes a really cute little girl's hair bow. And what I'm doing here to shape it is I'm actually making, instead of sewing it, I'm sort of making a little mountain or curve in the middle. And that gives you the effect that you would get of sewing without having to sew. I'm just going to lay this down here. And I have a couple of little corker ribbon. We're just going to lay the corker ribbon into our Bowdabra. I have 3 pieces. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel if you're not on YouTube, because we have over 1,000 how-to videos on YouTube. So that's a lot of ways to use your Bowdabra. And I'm going to pull this through here, pull it tight while it's still in my mini Bowdabra, pull it out, just separate the ends, bring it around to the back. I'm going to tie a knot. And tie another knot. Then what I'm going to do is just kind of pull all of my little spikes in different directions. and pull this here. And then I have a headband that I can just tie this onto a headband. And you have a really cute little girl's hair bow for Halloween. So isn't that cute? And it's super simple to make. So I'm going to take this, put it aside, and we'll make a bow for a package. So I'm going to take my Bowdabra, move everything out of my way here, my mini Bowdabra aside. I'm going to grab my Bowdabra bow wire, lay this into my Bowdabra, and tuck the end underneath. Then what I've got is I have a whole bunch of tails that will all go in different directions on the package. So this could be a really great like Halloween type package. Whoops, let's go to the overhead camera so you can see what I'm doing here. Lay this down in here. Oh, thank you, Wanda. Wanda has the big Bowdabra. Who has the little Bowdabra? And lay this down in here. And now I'm just going to fold and twist and fold and twist. That's all we're doing here is just folding and twisting. And all it does is take a little practice with the fold and twist. Lay this down into my Bowdabra, and I'm going to take my orange ribbon. And just again, all I'm doing here is folding and twisting. And I'm making these loops a little bit smaller than my other loops. So it's kind of graduates in. And we're just going to fold and twist. And then in a second, I'll show you another way to use scraps of ribbon. And fold. And we're going to actually just graduate this in a little bit. Take my wand, give everything a good push, and come back up here. Pull it through my slip knot, pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra, pull it out, separate my ends, bring it around to the back, tie a knot, and now I'm going to take my package. I'm just going to use my Bowdabra bow wire to tie the bow onto the ribbon that I've wrapped around my package. Thank you, Jeannie. Yeah, we have really pretty ribbons at bowdabra.com. So I'm just going to take my wire. So this is a good way to tie your bow onto your package. And I'm just going to tie a little bow here so that the person can keep the bow and they don't have to cut it. And now we're just going to shape out our bow. So it's super, super simple to make. And doesn't this kind of remind you of Halloween? I think this is a great bow for like a hostess gift for Halloween. And just going to put my fingers into the loops because these are wired ribbons, so I can shape the ribbon as I'm going. And you have this really pretty bow. Super, super simple to make. You can see it was really easy, and it's going to make anybody delighted to receive the gift. So I'll put this aside. And now I'm going to show you another bow that you can make using scraps of ribbon. And we call this our scrappy bow, or so now what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, I'm going to fold it in half, lay it down into my Bowdabra, and tuck the end underneath. Then what I have here is I'm going to take this is our burlap, and it's one of my favorite products that we have at Bowdabra.com. And some of our fall ribbon. And I love the burlap because it comes in all different colors. And I'm just sort of shaping it as I go. And lay this down in here. And lay this here. Lay that in there. So all I'm using is scraps of ribbon. So it's basically upcycling. And I'm going to lay this pick down in here and give everything a good scrunch. So this is a bow that literally anybody can make. It's so super simple. And I'm going to show you a scrunchy bow in a second, which I love to start making at this time of year because our scrunchy ribbon makes great little ornaments for your trees. I'm going to just bring this around to the back, tie it off, give it a knot. And just shape it out. So isn't that pretty? And it was so super simple to make. So so now let's kind of just go over what we've made tonight. And next week we'll have more fun projects for you. And again, please let me know if you're watching the replay. So we have our cute little scrap bow. We had our wonderful little present bow. And our door bow or door swag, or our door swag or a centerpiece. And we have our lantern swag, which came out really cute. I'll put this one aside. And then we had our funky bow. This is our funky bow. And we made a lot tonight. We had whoops, I didn't tie that on well enough, our little girl hair bow, which is really cute and super simple to make. And then, of course, we had a wreath bow. So, but my favorite tonight, I think, was our lantern swag. I think this one came out so pretty. So, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.